Shop smart, shop S-smart.
What's up, you magnificent maniacs, and welcome to another episode of New Book Who Dis. And tonight, I've got the one, the only, Prime Time Poulton! What's going on, Mark? Good to see you, man. Thanks for joining me tonight.
Man, what an intro! Thank you so much.
You're welcome, man. You're welcome. Figure I had to throw it back to the CG wrestling days back in the day.
Like we're back in the ring.
That's right, man. Those were fun times, dude. Those were fun times. Like I was telling you backstage, I had 6 a.m. on a few months ago, talking about Starfetched, and it was just a good time catching up with him, talking about the book, talking about the old days. You know, it's good stuff. He's a good dude. I would love to see him, do more stuff. Be on streams more, but I know he's got, life and family and working on the book, working on his kids' books. So.
Yeah, no, I was so happy to see his book come out. I picked up a copy on Amazon.
Same.
I suggest everyone else picks up a copy too.
100%. You can get it easily on Amazon or on Kindle. I've actually been seeing a lot more people doing stuff on Amazon. Like Adam Lawson has had his book on Amazon, his Mad Dog Morgan, and it's also available in Barnes & Noble, Target, and there was one other online retailer that he was talking about. I love seeing that. I love seeing indie comics out available wherever anybody can go pick them up.
Yeah, no, I agree. I just did. I worked on Eric Nienotowski's Shadow Sentry through Ripascend.
Heck yeah!
Available on Amazon, Barnes & Noble. So yeah, go look for it. It's a beautiful book.
Oh, that's dope, man. Heck yeah. There's so many avenues out there, and I feel like as indie creators, we should be exploring them all. We should be checking out all of these different opportunities to get the work out there. As comic nerds and collectors, I mean, we love having the unique one of a kind things, and the campaigns are great for that. But once the campaign is done, being able to have a version that's available to everybody, and massively available, I think that's a great idea, because that gets more new readers in, and then possibly more new people jumping on the campaign when it's new. Build that collector's market as well. So I think that's an awesome thing. So it's been a couple of years. I think the last time I had you on was for Writhe in Pain a while back. Yeah.
So I just
what you been up to since then? A lot.
Making a lot of books. I just finished fulfilling Writhe in Pain about I would say a month ago. So
that was Writhe in Pain 2, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
And that was my 32nd campaign that I've fulfilled. So
dang, fulfillment king over here.
I've been busy, and I've been stockpiling a lot of books. I have Universal's Initiative, which we're going to talk about.
Yeah,
that book's all done, but my next 6 books are also all done. So,
oh wow.
Yeah, I've been. So we talked about this off stream, but like Indiegogo was where my main platform was, but it's gone through so many changes.
Yeah.
I didn't want to use it because it's so difficult to figure out now.
Yeah, that's what I've heard from a lot of people.
But I never stopped making comics. So I have all these stockpiled books, which is a great problem to have. And we're going to start releasing them through, Kickstarter, Fund My Comic. I just redid my website. And books are available now on my website, and we're going to, start rolling out the new books on the website too. Have them on as many platforms as possible.
Heck yeah, man. Have it out there so wherever people shop, they can find it. I think that's the best thing for indie creators to do. You know, because you could have the best book in the world, but if nobody knows about it, then they're not going to get a chance to read it. So might as well give them every opportunity to read it. I fully agree. Man. And yeah, that's what I've heard about Indiegogo a lot since they got bought out, is that the website is just so difficult to use that you might as well go with a smoother platform, for lack of a better term.
Yeah.
And by the way, the link to Mark's website is in the description of this video, guys. HauntedPizzaLLC.com. It's in there, so go check it out after the stream and see what kind of books he's got available. So you've been reading anything recently, man?
Yeah. You know, I still I went to New York like 2 weekends ago. My fiance surprised me, took me to see Lost Boys on Broadway.
Oh,
Lost Boys.
nice.
Yeah,
Heck
Lost
yeah.
Boys. Lost Boys is my favorite movie of all time. I was excited to see it on Broadway. It blew me away, but we stopped in Midtown Comics, and
Yes.
yeah, I'm still a '90s guy. I had to pick up the latest issue of Youngblood 100, but I was shocked when I saw this Frank Miller's new book, Push the Wall,
Yeah.
signed copy. They had.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so.
Nice snag, dude. Heck
Yeah,
yeah.
I haven't started reading it, but I'm very excited to start on it. So, yeah, I try
Nice.
to. I think my read pile is bigger than the books that I have read pile. And that's
Oh,
just because
yeah.
I'm so busy. But my fiance and I, we talk about it all the time. When we retire, our plans are to travel and read all the books that we've been
That sounds
stockpiling.
fantastic. Heck yeah. Heck yeah, man. I've got to read pile behind me. I've got a to read pile right next to the bed. In the to read pile next to the bed is John Burns' Elsewhere and Adam Lawson's Mad Dog Morgan, which I
Nice.
just got the other day.
Yeah, so I got Adam's new book too, and it's maybe the most beautiful book I've ever like backed on a crowdfunder. It's gorgeous, the
It really
presentation of it.
is.
Yeah.
But you know, Adam's always been one of those guys that really does the presentation well. I mean,
Yeah.
look at the Kill Journal. You know, this kind of leather bound, embossed with the gold and everything.
Yeah.
Like, I love this book. It's a tome. You know, it's not just a comic book.
Yeah.
And then he's always working with great artists. You know, Jason Krager, Maxie. You know, he's always got top tier talent working on his stuff. So the good story and the good artwork always come together. But I mean, you know, you're no stranger to that yourself. You're working with Chris Payne on Writhe and Pain, or Chris
Yeah.
Graves, I should say.
Yeah.
And you know, just this killer's row of artists that you've got on the current book here. So yeah, man, it's a good time to love indie comics. But let's go ahead and say hi to the chat. We got 12 people hanging out in here watching us. What's up? Good stuff. He says hi all. Good to see you, sir. Thank you for being here. Tokame, hail to the room, chat and panel. Good to see you, Tokame. Welcome, sir. Let's see. Omen Screaming Raven. Good to see you, sir. Thanks for being here. Yeah, I was fighting EV Mux in the background. The stream did not want to start, so I appreciate everybody's patience. Technology is great as long as it works. So, and there's my beautiful, lovely lady, Skull Gorgeous. She was actually with me at Heroes Con earlier this year. She was helping me tend the table. You ever going to make it down to Heroes Con, man?
I would love to. Everyone tells me I need to go to it. I know last year I was at Joe Fest, and
Yeah, it was the same weekend last year.
Same weekend, and I was there with my friend Patrick, and he kept saying we should just drive up and visit him. I was like, I think it's a further drive than you think it is.
Yeah, it's I mean, it's in Charlotte, so it's North Carolina, and Joe Fest was in Georgia, right? It was in North
Yeah,
Georgia.
Augusta, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, it's probably about like a 6-hour drive or something like that. But yeah, man, you definitely should. It is very comic centric. It is all about comic books, the creators, the writers, the fans. The writers and artists are the celebrities. They don't do the whole celebrity meet and greet thing. It is literally
Gotcha.
about the creators of the comics, and the Artist Alley is pretty much the majority of the show. It is a place for creators, and that's the thing I love about it. It is comic centric. It's such a fun show, and I mean, and a lot of our people that that you see in the chat, that you see that we hang out with on streams and stuff. They're there, So it's a very cool thing to be able to get, because it's one thing to talk to people via the internet, but being able to look somebody in the eye, shake their hand, actually meet them in person, completely different ball game. It's fucking great, man. I love that.
Yeah, one of these years I will make it down there. It's on the bucket list.
Well, I mean, the people that come through, they love books and they love discovering new books. So I think you'd probably do pretty good, man. You got
Awesome.
a lot of stuff that people would probably enjoy reading there. So you should definitely check it out, man. It'd be cool to meet you in person.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would be great.
Mark Penguin says hashtag haunted pizza does it like no other. Hashtag pizza. That's right. Adult content, porn comic confirmed. Your mind's just straight in the gutter. I don't know if it ever leaves, Pale Rider, but yeah, that's not necessarily what I meant, but if that's how you want to take it. What's up, Tank? Good to see you, sir. He says, good evening to all you magnificent bastards and bastards. Let's see, scrolling. Let's see. What's up, Sheldon Martin? 6 more all done books, nicely done. Yeah, he's getting everything set and ready to go, loading them up in the chamber to shoot them out when necessary. I mean, that's the way to do it, dude. Especially if you got a lot of ideas and you got artists to work on them. Hell yeah, do it up, man. What's up, Phil? He says, hey, dudes, welcome, sir. Good Stuff is asking if you crowdfund on your website or if it's just a direct sale.
It's just a direct sale on my website.
Okay, I think that people selling on their own websites, I think that's going to become another, like, a de facto thing. I think everybody should have their own website. It's a landing page for customers to find you, and then you can have links. Because on my website, I have all of my social links at the top, but I have the rest of my stuff, like the gallery and some of my videos and album reviews and all that, and my merch store, obviously on the website as well.
Yeah,
it's just a good hub for people.
Yeah, right now it's set up with like the back catalogs available for sale, and then there's links to the Kickstarter and the Fund My Comic. But eventually, yeah, I would just like to have the new stuff available for sale on the website as well.
Heck yeah, I think that's a great idea. Again, have it wherever people are gonna be looking for you, wherever they can find you. Sheldon's saying that Elsewhere is pretty addictive once you start it. Yeah, it's a gorgeous book. Have you know what I'm talking about, Mark? Man,
it's crazy. Just like he did an X-Men story for, I guess for almost fun for like his message board, and now it's been officially released. It's incredible.
It really is. I'm lucky that I managed to get a hold of a first printing of that book. Because I was going to order it from Amazon, and they're like, "Oh, we've got your order. We'll let you know when it's going to come through." And I'm like, "Fuck that! I ain't waiting." So I went to mycomicshop.com, and I managed to grab a first printing before they sold out, and got it. So now everybody's waiting on the second printing, and I'm glad that I didn't. Because it feels like old X-Men. It feels like the X-Men used to. It's this fun adventure, and I mean, obviously John Byrne, fantastic artist. Who's your favorite X-Men artist?
I'm probably a Jim Lee guy. I would say Jim Lee. Like the '90s were like the height of my fandom. So at the time when you had Jim Lee on X-Men. You had Wills on Uncanny X-Men, Rob on X-Force, and I want to say Larry Stroman was over on X Factor. That was just like the best.
Oh, it was peak, absolute peak. Silvestri on Wolverine.
Yeah,
dude, those are some of my favorite Wolverine issues. Yeah. So good. I've got the Essentials collections, the black and white
Mhm.
ones, and just looking through those and seeing the black and white artwork, I love it, man. You know, but you know, old comics, man. They always give me a buzz. You know, always remind me why I love this stuff. You know, to begin
Yeah,
with.
my brother was cleaning out his basement recently, and he gave me two long boxes, and
Nice.
asked if I wanted them. And the one long box was Wolverine issues 1 through 50,
Hmm.
and Spawn issues 1 through 50, and then
Nice.
the other long box was full of mint in package Toy Biz X-Men figures.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Oh, dude, that brings back some memories.
yeah.
Used to troll the toy aisle looking for new X-Men figs.
Still had the KB Toy stickers on
Rip KB Toys, man. We used to have a KB Toys here in town in
them.
the small. It was right next to the movie theater and across the aisle from the pizza place and the arcade. Those were the days, man.
Yeah.
And then we had a KB Toy Liquidators at the outlet mall way north of town. Man, I found some really cool shit in that
Yeah.
Toy Liquidators. You know, like FAO Schwartz exclusives that didn't sell and they got bundled up and sent off
Yeah.
to, you know, the liquidators. It was good stuff, man. You know,
Nice.
back in the day. Yeah. So chat, you guys are just going nuts. I'm just watching over here. What's up, Woodrow? Good to see you, man. He says, "What's up, gang?" At work, so I'm lurking. Well, I appreciate you lurking and listening, man. We're gonna have a good time here. This book, this new book, the Universal's Initiative. As I'm going to go ahead and bring the campaign up here, but give us some background on where this came from. Like, what was the impetus of its creation?
Or so this has been over a decade in the making. It's truly has
Wow.
been a labor of love. And when I first started working on it, it wasn't my book. I was hired. It was a work for hire project. I was fresh off Savage Hawkman, so I want to say it was around 2013. A studio out of Mexico contacted me and told me they had plans to create a new superhero universe, and they wanted me to be the writer of it based off. They were huge Rob Liefeld fans, so they asked me. They liked my work on Evangeline. They liked my work on Savage Hawkman with Rob. They wanted me to be the writer of these books, and they told me they already had an artist working on a couple of the books, and the artist was John Malin, who John and I at the very same time were already working on Graveyard Shift way back when. But I didn't know
Yeah.
John was also working on this Universal's project.
Oh wow.
So
Okay.
yeah, so they said, you know, name your rate. We would love to have you involved in this project. So I quick contacted John and I was like, hey, are these guys legit? And what do you think I should ask for? And he was like, yeah, they're definitely legit. Ask for your DC rate. They're doing my Marvel rate. And I was like, oh, okay. So I you know, floated them a number. They said you're hired. And they gave me John's first issue. I guess they had John draw a book, like basically Marvel method, where they just gave him an idea of what the story was about, and he just drew 28 pages. They gave me the
Wow.
28 pages, and I made a story out of it. And
Nice. Okay.
yeah, and then that's what happened with the second book. So the first book was this big red guy right here. He's currently called Atlas Bloodgore, but back then he was called the Croc. So I wrote this Croc book, and then I wrote Team Cerberus, in 22 pages. So I had John and I worked on 50 pages together. They were expanding. They brought in. They were so excited. They hired. You know, it's funny we talk 90s X books. They brought in a 90s X artist to draw this third book,
Hmm.
and he asked to be paid up front. They wanted to make a good impression. They paid him up front, and he never turned in a single
Oh
page.
no.
And
Oh, that's awful.
yeah, of course that set them back a little bit, and
Right.
they would reach out to me every now and then saying, "Hey, we still want to do this with you. We just need to get things sorted out." And this was like back and forth over a few years. Then COVID happened, and just production on this universe just halted. The two owners of the studio, the one is an architect. So when COVID happened, he started building hospitals all over, became very busy. The
Right.
other owner owns a chain of restaurants in Mexico called Comic X, and they're like Planet Hollywood, but for comic books. All
Nice.
sorts of all sorts of memorabilia, statues, and one of their ideas for doing these comics was they can decorate the interiors of their uh, restaurants with whatever they want, Marvel, DC. They just
Yeah.
can't use it in the advertisements. So these heroes were on their menus, in their
Dude, that's
marketing,
awesome. Heck
and
yeah.
yeah, and they have a life-size statue of the leader of the Universals, Aguila, like welcoming you into one of the restaurants. And yeah, so it was really cool, especially like seeing these characters John and I were creating get made
Yeah.
into life-size statues. And they were like, we're gonna fly you out for the launch of the books, and it just never happened because of COVID, and it just took their lives into different directions.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, they still kept tabs on me and John. They saw everything we were doing with Graveyard Shift and everything I was doing with Haunted Pizza.
Yeah.
And I was still like, I still loved the work we did on those books. And I always wanted to see them get out to people. So finally, I just reached out to one of the owners and
Take it
said,
easy,
hey,
Tank.
if you guys don't have plans of releasing this anytime soon, what do you think about me acquiring the property and I release it through Haunted Pizza? And to my surprise, they loved the idea, and we worked out a deal where I acquired the property, all 50 pages that we had worked on. I acquired the Rob Liefeld cover that they had commissioned in the process, and I was set. But then they sent me the files, and I was looking at the files, and I wasn't that thrilled with the coloring that they did or the lettering. And I was like, no problem. I still have that great John Malin artwork. I'll just have my guy recolor it, my
Yeah.
guy re-letter it. There was just one problem. The only files they had were flattened files.
No.
Yeah,
Oh God.
yeah.
Oh
And
no.
they said they had the black and white art, and they had it on a hard drive, but the hard drive had been corrupted, and it couldn't be retrieved. Meanwhile,
No.
I'm checking through all of my
Right.
files to see if I had anything, and I was just writing it based off low res JPEGs that they would send me.
Right.
So I didn't have any high res files. I reached out to John, and I was like, John, do you have it? I told him the story of how I was acquiring. He thought that was a great move on my part. I
Yeah.
asked him if he had any of the files. He searched. He couldn't find them either. I
Oh.
mean, it was over a decade that we had worked on this.
Yeah.
So he suggested, because he's very hard on his artwork from that era. He calls it his pinhead era because he says he feels he drew everyone with smaller heads
Okay.
back then. But I loved his work. He was fresh off Youngblood, and
Yeah.
I loved his Youngblood run. So he suggested I bring on some people to do finishes over what I had,
Mm-hmm.
and to create new black and white artwork. So at the time, I was just starting. I had just met Chris Graves. We were workout buddies, and I knew he was
Nice.
an art. I knew he was an artist, and while we were working out, he would always mention, "I got this idea for a book I want to do." I was like, "Oh, okay." Like, and I was thinking, "Oh, this is why he asked me to work out with him. He wants me to be the
Right.
writer of this book." But then one day when we're working out, he goes, "Oh, I wanted to tell you, I found a writer for my book." And I was like, "Oh, okay." So
Not heard at all.
yeah, he had went in a different direction. So, but like they weren't like doing anything. Like they weren't like he didn't have a script yet. But he
Mm-hmm.
said like, he was trying to progress with this guy. So meanwhile, I was like, "Hey, I like your artwork. What do you think about trying your hand at doing finishes over John's old pages?" And he loved the idea of getting to ink over John. So he was on board. So he started doing
Nice.
he did the first 10 pages.
Mm-hmm.
Um, And he thought he was going to do the whole book at the time, so he started off with his very favorite pages and to do them, because of course I would do the same thing, pick out the cool pages first,
Sure.
and all the cool splash pages and stuff.
Yeah.
Um, but then he mentioned at one point he was like, "Yeah, things aren't working with this guy on my book," and I told him I was like, you know, I would love to write that book. I love the characters, and that day after he went home from the gym, he called me up like an hour later and he goes, "Okay, I fired my writer. Are you serious? Do you want to do this?" And I was like, "Hell yeah!" And it's funny. The book was originally called Saving Grace, and the main characters were Writhe and Grace. And
Ah,
I was like, the first thing we got to do, Chris, we got to change that name because it's right there, Writhe and Pain. It just sounds like a '90s image monster book, like
yes.
Spawn or The Creech or Tenth. It's right there. And he was like, "Okay, let's change the name." So Chris, like I had a million ideas for Writhe and Pain, so I started writing it, and I told Chris, start drawing Writhe and Pain. I'll find someone else to finish up the universals for me, and I gave Don Edwards a crack at the pages, and he really surprised me with the work he was doing on it, and I gave him a couple pages to test, and he just kept doing killer job after killer job. So I gave him
Excellent.
the rest of the croc book to finish,
Hmm.
and then I just so happened to find a hard drive in my office that was, I had no idea what was on it, and
Yeah.
I found the Team Cerberus book on there, the high res
Oh
PSD
shit.
files, and I was like,
Nice.
oh, so we have some of John's original artwork preserved. So uh, the Croc books all remastered with new finishes by Chris and Don, and
Yeah.
there's a couple pages that Chris cherry picked from Team Cerberus and redid. So I kept them in there, and then I have the rest of the original John black and white. But I feel like flipping through the book, it's seamless. I brought in my guy Anthony George, who colors Writhe and Pain, Graveyard Shift, U.S. Assassin. He's my favorite colorist to work with. He
Excellent.
he did the colors on this. I think it's his best work. And I brought in Dexter Weeks, who letters all my books, to do the letters on this. And I still thought like, yeah, this looks amazing, but this was intended to be two separate releases. It didn't work as a
Right.
single book. Like these books were building to something big, almost like the MCU, but
Right.
as these two standalone issues, it didn't work. So I decided to just rewrite everything, and I brought my son in because I've been looking to. I wanted to work with him on something
Hmm.
because I feel like his interest in comics are waning. He wrote a book with me when he was seven
Yeah.
years old. Pizza Tree,
Yeah.
nominated for a Ringo Award. He started in the industry at the very top,
Right.
and,
It's
and
awesome.
then he just sort of he's been like casually like keeping tabs on what I'm doing. He every now and then he'll help out. He created Bazooka Dog, Slither for U.S. Assassin, but
Awesome.
his interest isn't as there as it was. His
Hmm.
interests are more in rock and roll now. He's learning to
I
play
mean, I can't blame
guitar.
him there.
Yeah. But I said, hey, would you like work on this with me? It would mean a lot to me. And he was like, yeah. So we worked on it. He keeps me from getting too corny, I guess, because I write comic books that I grew up loving, and
Hmm.
he's like, oh, Dad, people don't sound like that anymore. It sounds too like hokey. And I was like, all right, you know, I'll calm down on that stuff. But
Right.
we wrote the whole thing, and we rewrote an opening chapter to give us like a proper introduction to this universe. And I needed a new artist for it, and I'm a huge fan of Dan Dahl.
Dan does great work. Yeah, he does.
Yeah, the stuff he's done for the Zayd brothers, and
Yep.
the stuff he's done with the covers for Rippaverse. And I don't know if a lot of people know this. Dan at one point was going to be the artist of Graveyard Shift. He was going to be the artist on Volume 4.
Oh
In
wow.
in fact, he laid the whole book out,
Yeah.
and then for whatever reason, it didn't happen.
Yeah.
But I always remained a fan of his work, and
Heck yeah.
I reached out to him and said, "Hey, would you be open to working on this?" And he was, and his artwork blew me away on it, and to like get this birth of our superhero universe for the Universals, I called back to a character that, I had thought up when I was working on Savage Hawkman. I had always wanted to pitch him to the editors, but I never did because my time on Savage Hawkman got cut a little short.
Right.
Shorter than I thought. And I still love this character. So I was like, oh, this character, the Mayan, he's going to be what births this Age of Heroes and the Universals. And Dan designed the character and the character's father. And it's just gorgeous stuff. It's like a cross between like Mayan culture and Jack Kirby. I love it.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
Yeah. So there it was. The whole thing's been rewritten. Dan came in and gave us that opening chapter, and we created this 64-page epic. And I even showed it to like the original creators, the studio out of Mexico, and they were blown away. They loved everything about it that I did. And
Heck yeah.
the book's all done, all colored, all lettered. I had the Rob Liefeld cover. I had the John Malin cover, and I reached out to my Savage Hawkman partner Joe Bennett to see if he would do a cover for me.
Heck
And
yeah.
yeah, he did a killer job. That's what we're looking at right now. That big red guy, Atlas
Yeah.
Bloodcore. And then I reached out to Deborah Carita to see if she would do a cover, and she killed it on her cover. And I have all this process artwork too from John, like his character designs, his layouts, his sketches, all this stuff. I could probably put out like an art of book. That's like one of my future plans. If when I do this second book, I'd love to have an art of the Universals and have all of John's concept stuff in there, just so people could see it. Because like that's like one of my favorite things to look at. Like I have this gorgeous, beautiful book, but I like looking at all these sketches with like the old owner's notes and stuff. It's really cool stuff. But yeah, I'm so proud of this book. I think it's the best thing we've ever done at Haunted Pizza, and I think it's crazy the origin of how it was a work for hire book that I loved so much. I ended up acquiring and reworking into this big epic. It's planned to be a 3-book series. Originally the book was just going to be called The Universals, but in this decade in the making, another publisher came along and released a book called The Universals, and I decided to change the name. And so the first book is called Universal's Initiative. Second book is going to be called Universal's First Strike, and the third book is going to be Universal's War. So I keep that Universal's singular name, but I had like a new subtitle sort of to it. But it's just a gorgeous book. It's big epic superheroes. When I worked with Rob on Savage Hawkman, when he was explaining what we were going for, he said, "Mark, we make comic books for those people that still have that sense of wonder." And I was like, this is for them. This is like those people who love those big superhero epics that don't want to have panel after panel of talking heads. This is big action, beautiful artwork, beautiful color. The book's just gorgeous.
Superhero comics for people who like superhero comics.
Yeah.
Heck yeah, man. And that is an epic story. Saving this property from just being, being stuck on the wayside, not ever getting published. That's a fantastic story. I'm glad that you did, and I think the name that you gave this guy is much better than Croc.
I
it fits him better.
I told the guys, I was like, I'm going to change this character's name. The name doesn't have the same meaning in the States as it does in Mexico.
That's something that Sheldon brought up here. He says the Croc probably translates better in Spanish. Yeah. And let's see. Pale Rider says that's what happens to you, Croc. happens to your Crocs when you let foot fungus go too long. Get all red and splotchy.
Yeah.
But let's go ahead and take a look at the trailer here.
Sure.
I always appreciate a good comic book trailer.
Galaxies have burned. Worlds have fallen. Now, Earth is next. This summer, prepare for Universal's Initiative, the biggest independent comic event of the year. A brand new superhero graphic novel series where ancient mythology collides with cosmic warfare. Written by the award-winning father and son team of Mark and Chase Poulton, Universal's Initiative is the culmination of years of world building. Introducing the secret city of heroes known as LIIIIVVVEEE, where the mighty Universals stand as Earth's last defense against two immortal conquerors who have spent centuries destroying civilizations in their search for the mysterious Life Stone. Leading the charge is Aguila, commander of the Universals, alongside unforgettable heroes, powerful villains, and the mysterious Atlas Bloodgore, a former galactic conqueror searching for redemption before the universe is lost forever. Bringing this epic story to life is an all-star creative team, featuring breathtaking interior artwork by John Mallon, the legendary artist behind Cable and Thunderbolts, and rising superstar Dan Dahl of the Rippaverse. John's pages are beautifully finished by Chris Graves and Don Edwards, while every page explodes with gorgeous cinematic colors by Anthony George. The book also features stunning chapter break illustrations from Spawn artist Adelso Corona.
Yes,
Choose from
Adelso.
incredible covers by Joe Bennett, Deborah Carita, John Mallon, and an oversized deluxe edition featuring an exclusive cover by comic book legend Rob Liefeld. This is more than a comic book. It's the launch of an all-new superhero universe created by creators who grew up loving comics and wanted to build the kind of epic adventures they always dreamed of reading. Universal's Initiative arrives this summer. Join us from the very beginning, because when galaxies burn, heroes unite, legends begin.
Heck yeah. See, I always appreciate a good trailer for a book. I know a lot of people, they either say, "Oh, I don't look at the trailers," or people, I don't want to do a trailer for the book. Nobody looks at them. I look at them. I want to have a trailer that whets my appetite for the book, that gets me into the world, gets me excited about checking out the book. So I dug the trailer. Who did your trailer for you?
I did it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Heck yeah, man. That's awesome. And here's these are all of the characters, or just some of the characters that are going to be showing up?
Just some of the characters. So I just love that image so much. So that's Atlas Bloodgore. He has a bit of a checkered past. So this is a group of mercenaries that he used to run with. But I just love the lineup of characters. It's just it's just badass character designs by John. And it looks like it could have been like one of those X books in the '90s. They're just cool looking.
Heck yeah, man. I mean that's one of the things that I love about this stuff. It really, or the crowdfunding scene recently, there really seems to be, I don't know if it's just nostalgia or just like the tastes, but there seems to be a lot more, 90s infused feel, because I mean that was that was peak for us. There was a lot of really good stuff visually being put out, and then we went through the whole, well, it's all about the writers, and the art suffered a little bit. Now I feel like we can get back to good artwork and good story at the same time. In my opinion, there's a lot of stuff that looks very samey out there. Especially with the big two. A lot of the artwork just kind of looks the same, and I understand house style. But at the same time, stuff that has a unique feel to it, a unique visual style, that's the stuff that always stood out. Look at Sam Keith, look at Jim, Rob, all these guys. They're Todd. All of these guys, they had a unique visual style to their work that made it pop. And then you couple that with a good story, and I mean you've got a gestalt of amazing comic book work, and that's the way comics should be. It should pull you in and entertain you with the story. The visuals pull you in. The story keeps you coming back. Good Stuff says, I look at trailers too. I love a good trailer. That's good stuff, Mark. What's up, Rushbrook? Says, yo, it's Mark Poulton. Yes, it is. The one and only Primetime Poulton. Here we're talking about Universal's initiative. So you said this is going to be a 64-page book.
Yeah, 64 pages.
Nice.
It's broken up into 3 chapters. There are, in the trailer mentioned, chapter breaks by Adelso Corona. That's like one
Love
of the,
Adelso.
yeah, so that's like one of the surprises when they sent me over the files. There was just all this Adelso artwork, and I was like, "Oh, this is awesome!" Because it's funny, like John and I, we met on the Rob Liefeld message board. Same with our colorist Anthony George. Adelso was one of those guys on the Rob Liefeld message boards too. So yeah, we were all friends. Way back 20 years ago.
That's awesome that you're able to work with friends that you've had for 20 years on a property that you rescued from 10 years ago to bring it forth now to where people can read it. You know, I mean, that's an epic tale, man. This is the reason why you never throw anything away, guys. You never throw anything away. You never know when you might be able to use a little piece of story, bit of artwork, to inspire or be directly a part of something new.
Yes.
I love that, man. That's so cool.
This is some of the new artwork. This is Dan Dahl's pages. That character up in the upper left corner. That's the Mayans' father, but look at that design. It's so cool.
Yeah.
It looks like something, I don't know, could have came right out of the New Gods.
I was about to say it definitely has that New Gods flavor, but mixed with Mayan design. I think that's really cool, man. And this is all Dan Dahl stuff, right? This is from the new chapter that you wrote.
Yep. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So the story sets off with Dan's chapter. The Mayan is sent to Earth with the Life Stone, which is this valuable object that his father's trying to keep out of the hands of these twin conquerors that we see on the very next page. He knows it's too powerful.
Good stuff.
In the wrong hands. It could mean the end of life as we know it for the rest of us. So he sends his son to Earth, and this Life Stone births an age of heroes and technology never seen before, and this is what the Universals come from. This is what their awesome Mayan temple headquarters comes from.
Heck
and the twins have tracked it down. So this is why it's the Universal's initiative. The Universals get this call to them that this impending doom is coming. And they're like, oh, we're going to need some backup. So they need to start recruiting some more heroes, maybe some heroes with checkered past like Atlas Bloodgore to help them.
Right. Rushbrook says, hold up, Dan Dahl artwork? Yes, sir. Yeah. Some brand new interior pages from Dan Dahl on this book.
And I've talked to Dan. He's on board to do book 2 when I'm ready to do that. So, yeah.
Heck yeah, man. That's awesome. So you'll be moving forward with this after, because this book, you said this book is all done, and then you've got 2 more after this. Are they both going to be 64 pages?
Yeah, I like that 64 page.
It's a good chunk
format.
of book, man. Yeah. It's a nice sizable book. Good to do with the the perfect bound spine. Look good on the shelf. 3 volumes all together look good.
Yeah, that's what I think of when I make my books. I like the look of them all on the shelf. I have a bookshelf dedicated to just my books, so I like seeing them all lined up.
Heck yeah, dude. I mean, that's something. Whenever you go into your office, you can look over and see. Yeah, that's all my stuff. It's all stuff that I did.
Yeah,
it's got to warm the heart.
Yeah, this page that we're looking at right now, that's my favorite page in the entire book. I just think Anthony George's colors on it are just gorgeous. If I was if I could transport back to the 90s when my fandom was at its biggest, if I was at the the rack and I opened up this book, it would be a no-brainer purchase. It's just gorgeous.
Yeah, no, that is a hell of a double page spread. Yeah, love the perspective on the sword, and I mean, dude just looks massive. Yeah. And the colors are great. And so this is the dude that you had to do colors for the entire book, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Colors are awesome. You know, the funny thing about colors is, you know, when they kind of like fade in with the artwork and meld with the artwork, you almost don't notice them. But when they're bad, they stand out like a sore thumb. But when they're good, they just it all works to aid the storytelling. So I love to see that, man. Yeah, these are some great looking pages, man, and it looks like a fun superhero book. It looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. You know, just fun superhero shit. You know, with you know consequences and stakes.
Yeah, that's what I strive to do. Like people say, like, what is Haunted Pizza about? I was like, we just make the most fun books around. Like that's what I aim for. I just want big fun comic books, good guys punching bad guys in the face.
Heck yeah! I mean, that's what we all grew up on loving, man. You know, there's all kinds of different stories that can be told in comics, but you know, good superhero stories, I think are, you know, kind of underrepresented. Because yes, there are a dearth of superhero comics being put out, but in my opinion, there are not a lot of them that are all that good. You know, they kind of, I don't know, kind of bland, for lack of a better term. You know, just no real spice to the story. This looks like it might have a little spice to it, little kick. You know, which is nice. And this is a really cool cover as well. A lot of energy going on here.
Yeah, so that's John's cover. With, finishes by Chris Graves, colors by Anthony George. Gorgeous.
Heck yeah, man. It turned out great. Rushbrook says, just back the Joe Bennett cover. Love Mark and Dan's work.
Awesome. Thank
Heck
you.
yeah, man. Good call. Good call,
we're gonna
man.
see that Joe Bennett cover in a second.
Right there.
Yeah, so I own the original artwork to this. It's Joe
Heck
Bennett
yeah, you do.
pencils, Shelby Robertson inks.
Shelb!
Yeah, and Dan Kemp colors. And I just love this layout by Joe. I feel like it's very Jack Kirby-esque with that front leg coming at you and that hand coming
That hand.
at you. Yeah.
Jack loved to do the hands coming right at the camera. You know, with those big, wide, flat fingers, you know. Yeah, no, that definitely has a Kirby feel to it. Also, just the body posturing, you know, just, I mean, talk about a killer's row on a cover. Holy shit, man. You know, Bennett, Robertson, and Kemp. I mean, damn. That is a badass cover, dude. And I'm glad that you have the original artwork. I would want that original artwork as well.
Yeah. And I have the original artwork to our next cover as well. That's the Deborah Carita cover. It's inked by Greg Poulton, and that's colored by Dan Kemp as well. And that's so these three are the universals.
Okay.
Aguila, Agent Machete, and Eva. They make up this superhero team, and they realize that they're going to need some help. So this first book like sets them in motion, sort of going for their recruitment drive.
All right. Well, I mean that makes sense with the title, the initiative.
Yeah.
You know, getting everything set up, finding the people to fight this war, and so there's still gonna be a bunch of knockdown, drag out action in this book. It's not.
Oh yeah. It's full on action. You know, they do the recruiting while people are getting punched in the face. You know.
Multitasking. That's what I like to hear from a superhero team. You know, they multitask. They get new people to join the team, and they punch the bad guys in the face.
Yeah.
You know, what better trial by fire than, hey, you want to join the team? Good. Go punch that fucker in the face right there. This is a great cover. I love Kemp's colors. I really do. Kemp is phenomenal. And
that's the Rob Liefeld cover. So the Rob cover is on our oversized deluxe edition. Mm-hmm. If you've familiar with some of our campaigns, I like to do oversized black and white editions. It's it's going to be the same size as that, except it's going to be in full color because I want people to really see the work Anthony George did on this. Eventually,
is it going to be like the same size as the Writhe and Pain? Yeah,
the exact same size.
I love this size, dude. I love being able to see more of it.
But eventually, we'll do a black and white version. But I wanted to do an oversized color version because I'm just in love with the looks of this book.
Heck yeah, man. Well, I mean, you've put a lot of work over a lot of years getting this book to fruition. So I
Yeah.
imagine you want to be able to showcase it as much as possible. It's completely understandable. And obviously got a great cover by Liefeld there.
Yeah.
Which obviously people know Liefeld. They see his name, they want to grab it up.
Yeah.
And it's the perfect one to do in an oversized edition. So the rest of the rest of the book is going to be like the regular comic book size trade that we're used to. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, and then if you get the Liefeld one, it's going to be oversized. But there might be some. I keep thinking about maybe a black and white cover for the Liefeld cover. Like I don't know. I know Liefeld collectors out there love to get as many different versions as possible. We'll see.
It's true. It's
Yeah.
very true. All depends on what the fans are looking for.
Yeah.
Rushbrook says the book looks awesome. I agree. Feline dropping the link to your website there. Thank you, Feline. I appreciate that, baby. So you guys can go check out all the other cool stuff that he's got up there because Mark has been very prolific over these last few years, kicking out books left and right, and they're good stuff. I'm a backer and a fan. I've got quite a few. Looking forward to another Viking Wolf at some point.
Yeah, I really want to get back to that.
That was a cool book, dude.
I love Viking Wolf. The second issue is written. I don't want to do it without my partner on the book, Matt Dalton, because Matt's artwork is so killer, and he just has to get some things personally out of the way before we can start that. So
I mean, real life always comes first, man. You always
Yeah.
got to take care of the real shit first.
Yeah, I want to mention that the Liefeld book's oversized, so it's a little more expensive. It's $40 compared to 25. But
Okay.
if you get our bundle, which is our top tier, you save $15. So it's like you're getting it for $25.
Nice. Well, there
Yeah.
you go. That's the way to do it. We'll go ahead and quickly look through the campaign because this is currently just the. We'll look through the rewards, and that way you guys can see. So here's the feature: all 4 books.
Yeah,
so-
This is a very straightforward campaign. You can get the featured tier 4 books. You save $15. It has our 3 standard edition size covers, and then the oversized Rob Liefeld cover. And all the books will come signed by me and my son Chase.
Heck yeah, man! That's awesome. And then these are the individual covers that you guys can grab.
And everything's available as an add-on. So if you don't see a tier you want, you can make your own a la carte.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
That really seems to be the way to go. Is to let people mix and match how they want, letting things be add-ons. I think it's a great way to go, and it doesn't seem like you're overly inundated with things because sometimes you look at campaigns and you get that choice paralysis. There's too much stuff to go through, and you worry that you're not gonna pick the correct thing because everybody wants to get the best value for their money. So So yeah, that's awesome, man. Campaign looks good. The book looks good. So how long is this one? Is this a 30-day campaign or a 60?
It's I think when I launched it was 33.
Okay.
The campaign's going to end on September 23rd.
Okay.
The print file's being put together now. So September 23rd comes around. The campaign ends. Even though I won't get the money from Kickstarter for probably a couple weeks, I'm placing the order with my printer on September 23rd. And my printer usually gets me the books in 2 weeks. So I should have these books early October. So people should start expecting their books October, maybe into the first week of November. I'm getting married November 13th, so I want to be done.
Congratulations, man.
Oh,
Heck yeah.
thank you. Yeah.
That's a wonderful reason to get it out and done before
Yeah.
then. Get that off your plate. That way you can enjoy your ceremony and your honeymoon. That's great
Yeah.
stuff,
A
man.
Friday the 13th wedding in November. Oh, one of the,
You
you
don't
asked
like
me,
horror movies or anything, do you?
oh, just a little. So what's funny, you asked me what I've been up to
Yeah.
since we last talked. I got engaged. And
Congratulations, man.
how did I propose? I proposed in the pages of my comic book Gun Goth. Um, yeah. So at the
Love
end of
it.
the book, there's a two-page prologue, and the book was done on launch. So I asked my fiance if she would read it before we launched, as sort of like good luck.
Yeah.
And she got to the end, and she was like, "Oh, that looks like our house." And then she was like, "Wait a minute, that looks like you." And then she flips the page, and it's me on my knee with the ring, and I recreated that while she's reading the book. So I'm down on one knee holding the ring up, and she's just like freaking out. She goes, "Is this real? Is this real?" And I was
Aw.
like, "Is that a yes?" So
That's awesome, dude. Heck
yeah,
yeah. Feline says, "Congrats, Mark."
thank you.
Yeah, that is really cool, man. That is really cool. That is probably the most unique proposal I've ever heard of, honestly.
Well, I did steal the idea from Rob Liefeld. That's how he proposed to his wife.
I did not know that. That's really
Yeah,
cool.
in,
What a
in an
great
issue of
idea.
Youngblood, he did that. Yeah.
Heck yeah.
So what's funny when I did that? Of course, we posted on Facebook that she said yes, and John Malin posted on Twitter. He was like, "Mark just proposed to his girlfriend in this comic book. How badass is that, Rob Liefeld style?" And
Yeah.
Rob commented and said, "I did it first," and we were like, "We know you did it first. We were giving you
We
props."
we literally just said that. Well, I did it first. Yes, we know, Rob. That's why we said Rob Liefeld style. But
Yeah.
thanks,
I love
thanks for
Rob, though.
thanks for tuning in. He's a trip, dude. I was watching one of his Whatnot streams the other
Oh,
day,
they're the
and
best. They're the best.
just rapid fire. I mean, that dude is just always high energy.
Yeah.
It is crazy to see. But people show up and they love that stuff, man. They were getting into it. Just all the different books he was putting up.
Yeah.
It was cool, man. I've been watching Fraga do his live streams as well.
Oh, I'm
On
going to be
Whatnot.
on with Dan this Friday.
Heck yeah, dude. That's
Yeah.
awesome. Heck yeah.
I love watching Dan draw.
Yeah, I mean, Fraga's my boy. I always enjoy hanging out with him. He's good peeps. But he always puts on an entertaining show. His
Yeah.
Whatnot streams are really entertaining as well. He's been doing 15 and 30-minute sketches and then selling those, and people really seem to be digging them.
Nice.
So yeah, so I'm thinking about trying to do my own Whatnot streams. I got sketch cards and sketch covers to do as well. So
Nice. Yeah,
might be jumping into that pool.
Yeah, I definitely want to pick his brain about that because it's something I've been thinking about doing too, with like exclusive covers and remarks and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, it seems to be the place where people are congregating to pick up books. And there's a lot of people selling comics on there, man. I mean, a lot of other stuff too, but the comics are really what I'm interested in. So,
Yeah.
and comics and original artwork. So it's a new frontier to investigate. We've got all the old methods, going to conventions, talking to shops, trying to put books out there. But we've got crowdfunding, we've got Whatnot, we've got live streaming. It's a good time to be an indie comics creator, man. We got a lot of avenues to get the stuff out there to people. It's pretty damn cool.
Yeah. Exciting times.
Heck yeah, man. All right, so going to be fulfilling this in October, so you guys are not going to have to wait long to get this book. So jump in on the campaign now. That way you make sure to get all the stuff that you actually want. That way you don't miss nothing. So once this is done and you've gone on your honeymoon and come back, what's next for you after this?
Man, so I have 6 books done.
Yeah. Which one's next in the chamber?
So after this is over, I'm gonna go review the letters for my book Bounty Hunter and the Two Extreme Monster Trucks. I'm a huge monster truck guy.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I've always thought like the trucks are characters. Like they could translate well to comic books. I feel like I licensed some like real life monster trucks. I worked out a deal with them, so we're bringing them to the pages of Haunted Pizza comic books. The book's all done. And to go along with it, we actually made like a kid's encyclopedia on the bounty hunter monster truck. That book's already done and printed. So that'll probably be the next thing to go.
That's awesome. Go ahead and hold that up. I wanna see that. I want to show people.
Nice hardcover for kids so they don't bend it up. But it's just
Come on, StreamYards. There we go.
Yeah, it's just
Oh, cool! And it's a different format. It's
like
very cool, man.
My inspiration was like the Marvel DK guides for kids.
Yeah.
So I wanted to create that for like monster trucks. It's like my fiance finds it endearing. She says that I'm a big little kid. But
that's cool, man.
Yeah, just it's a beautiful book, and the comic book is all done. I'm going over the letters right after this stream to see if there's any corrections that need to be done. But yeah, that's all done. The bounty hunter, former Monster Jam champion, to anyone who watches Monster Jam or anything. But it's crazy. They fill up like football arenas for this.
Oh yeah,
exciting. Yeah.
Sunday, come down to the main event. You'll pay for the whole seat, but you'll only need the edge.
That's what I grew up on. Like, made me a fan. Bigfoot.
Yeah, Bigfoot, Gravedigger. I remember seeing the ads for that when I was watching like Saturday morning cartoons and stuff. Man.
But I don't know if you remember like Bigfoot and the Monster Machines, the toys and the cartoon. That's what inspired this comic book. I wanted to create my own like Bigfoot and the Monster Machines.
I totally forgot they did an animated series about that.
Yeah.
I completely forgot about that. Wow, that's cool, man. Yeah, I never been to a monster truck rally, but seeing the videos and watching the crazy shit that those guys do with those machines, it's just wild. Those gigantic tires. I was driving, I think, back from South Carolina visiting Feline, and there was a truck that had these just ginormous tires in the back of it. It was like it was a semi that was hauling these. They're bigger than monster. They're like the giant earth mover tires.
Oh yeah.
Like the tires were literally bigger than the cab of the truck. It was wild to see. But I can only imagine seeing those things up close and in person. It's fucking wild, man. So cool. That's going to be fun. And then obviously got more Graveyard Shift on the way, more Writhe and Pain at some point, I'm sure.
Yeah. Chris and I have been talking about Writhe and Pain 3. So hopefully we'll get working on that very soon.
Awesome. Well, we've been going for a little over an hour now. Is there anything else you'd like to say about the Universal's initiative before we wrap this up?
Just that it's a gorgeous book. It's we said it before. It's for it's a superhero book for people who love superheroes. Book's all done, quick turnarounds.
Yep.
Go check out my website and go subscribe to my YouTube channel, Primetime Poulton. I stream every Sunday talking about horror movies for the Haunted Pizza Horror Movie Club.
That's right. Links for all that are in the description. Link for his website is right there, courtesy of Flying Feline. Thank you, baby. And thank you guys so much for coming to hang out. Mark, as always, it's a great time talking with you, man. And I look forward to the next time we get to hang out. And remember, everybody.
Shop smart, shop S-Smart.